And we're live. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Welcome to Unapologetic Tea Time with your host, PG. That's me. Good afternoon, everyone. I know that it is a little after 4 p.m. on this Wednesday. I have something pressing that I'm going to be doing later on tonight, so I will not get a chance to do my live. So I just wanted to let you guys know that. And I am coming on early this afternoon so that I can get things done and, of course, talk to you guys. I want to let you know that I am feeling better. I was a little bit under the weather with depression and PTSD and a few other things, and a couple of medical tests that were being done and different things that I was getting out of the way during the first of the year anyway. But I am feeling better, and we are talking about changing my medication, one of my medications. So I am very hopeful that with the new medication that things will start to ease up a bit and I can be more giving of myself and my time to my YouTube platform. And of course, as always, I thank each and every one of you for tuning in, for sharing my vlog, podcast, and even going over to my blog at www.unapologetic-time-with-pg.com. I want to say thank you, and to all of my folks who have not tuned in a minute, I want to say hello, and I hope that you're having a great start to the new year of 2020. Folks, we have quite a bit of things that we are going to talk about today, and I want to get right into it for the simple reason I don't have a lot of time, but I'm going to shoot my best shot and make it a delightful time here at Unapologetic Tea Time while I have you guys listening in. Once again, thank you for tuning in to me. There is a public service announcement that I want to make. First off, it's a very important PSA announcement that I have, and it is in regards to the coronavirus that has now reached the United States. The coronavirus, yes, this virus was in Wuhan, China, where it uh, was first discovered. And the coronavirus is a very deadly virus. In fact, in Wuhan, China, it has now killed 17 people and affected hundreds more around the world or around the globe in that country. In the US, the first case of the coronavirus was confirmed yesterday, actually, in Washington State. And of course, that has added fuel to the fire and stoking fears in an outbreak in this country. With everything else that is going on in this country, y'all, we don't need anything else. Um, with the flu killing people, and with the flu putting a lot of folks in the hospital and on ventilators and what have you, the fucking impeachment trial, fucking Meghan Markle and Harry, and everything else, the crime, the motherfuckers down there in Virginia protesting and everything. We don't need shit else to go on, and we definitely don't need no damn coronavirus to be over here in the U.S. running rampant. We have enough going on. So what are the officials actually telling us, y'all? At this point in the U.S., they're talking about basically trying to concentrate on overseas passengers, passengers that are coming into our country from abroad, especially mainland China, um, and other countries that they think may also be affected. The passengers from Wuhan to the United States, either on a direct or indirect flights, will soon only be allowed, they say, to land at one of the 5 U.S. airports. One airport, so that they can kind of contain or can try to see and get a handle on things, because certainly if they continue to let folks come in from an infected country or what have you to any of the 5 airports that does service China, with direct flights and indirect flights, we're going to have a serious problem. 3 of the airports, um, of course, is JFK International in New York, Los Angeles International, LAX, and San Francisco International are already checking those incoming passengers, they say, as of yesterday, for symptoms and signs such as a fever, cough, and trouble breathing. Now, the article that I read out on the CDC's website says that by this week, by the end of the week, 2 more airports will screen passengers. And of course, one of those airports is where I am located in the Atlanta metro area at Hartsfield Jackson International. And of course, Chicago O'Hara. But these airport screenings might not catch everyone that's affected, it says. That's because of a time period that the virus has to go through, which is a incubation um, period that lasts about a week, according to my notes that I took off of the CDC's website. So what that means is it could take a week after getting infected, actually, with this virus before before people will actually show any signs or symptoms that they actually have it. Now, scientists in the U.S. are trying to create a vaccine. They're really working feverishly with this, and also the CDC that is here in the Atlanta metro area is one of the leading um, Centers for Disease Control, with their chemists and biologists and what have you on staff there, are working 24/7 to actually try to come up with a vaccine that will eradicate the virus. But they're saying that please don't expect it to happen expeditiously, because it has to take so much time for them to be able to put forth the formulas and do the testings that's necessary with this deadly virus, until they're just unsure of a true time frame. So I didn't get any information on that. I was trying to see and researching for a couple of hours, even this morning, trying to figure out whether or not they had a time frame in mind that a vaccine perhaps would be available. But at this time, um, they even said that it may take anywhere from 6 months, 9 months to even a year, actually, for one to become available. Not that they're not working on it, it's just that it takes so much time because they just don't know enough about it yet. And separately, there are some scientists. I got a feed this morning that they say are working also in Texas, New York, and in China, are trying to create a vaccine, not separately, but actually together. They have been communicating. And Dr. Hoyts, which is a vaccine scientist at Baylor College of Medicine in Houston, is actually helping ramrod the situation and trying to help try to get some relief in sight. But the challenge, he said, is daunting. And They said that the lesson that they have learned thus far from the coronavirus, y'all, is infections. The infections are serious and one of the newest and biggest global health threats thus far, um, besides the influenza flu type B. What can you do yourself? I read on the website and I took these notes to actually bring to all of my listeners and all of my subscribers today, was to tell you that according to the CDC's website, what can you do for yourself to try to avoid this deadly virus, coronavirus that has come out, coronavirus, is to avoid close contact with anyone, of course, showing any symptoms of respiratory illness, such as coughing and sneezing or wheezing and what have you. Um, the other symptoms of the coronavirus also includes fever and shortness of breath. Severe cases can even lead to pneumonia, kidney failure, and of course, death. Scientists believe the coronavirus started in an animal and then spread to humans. So far, the scientists at that gave a report this morning on the news here in the Atlanta metro area from our CDC says that they have tracked it or traced the coronavirus back to Wuhan, China, at a seafood market or a seafood plant. So how, maybe something fish or something was contaminated, animals, I'm not sure, but the health officials have recommended that you cook all of your meat and your eggs thoroughly, wash your hands very often with soap and water briskly for at least 20 seconds, y'all, and that is also good. Also, to try to keep colds and the flu at bay is to wash your hands with soap and water briskly for about 20 minutes. Um, that will help as well. And if you start to feel ill or feeling sick, definitely, and you start sneezing or coughing, you want to definitely contain that by covering your nose when you cough, or your mouth, and or when you even sneeze. Um, and then disinfect the objects or surfaces that you touch. Even if you don't feel sick, it's safe to just maybe perhaps go. They suggested to have on hand that we most everybody has at their house. And if you don't, you might want to go to your nearest dollar store or um I don't know, Kroger or ShopRite or Save Right or Stop and Shop or wherever you shop at, or HEB Heb and whoever. Grab you some Lysol wipes or some Clorox wipes, disinfectants, and wipe down your doorknobs and your refrigerator handles and maybe your kitchen counter surfaces, your bathroom counter surfaces and stuff. And just let your family know that this deadly thing is going around, and besides the flu, we got to look out for some other things that are in the air that perhaps is going around, and it can pass from person to person. Definitely coming in contact with people from overseas, coming in from China, the mainland of China, or what have you. You definitely want to kind of stay clear of that area right now. I'm not saying shun people or anything of that nature, but we don't know really truly all of the gist of this virus. And until they do, it's just best to be safe than sorry. That's really all I have in my notes about that, but I did want to bring it across to everyone that the coronavirus is now in the U.S. and the first confirmed case was in the Washington State, and it was confirmed on Tuesday, which was yesterday. Moving right along, folks, swiftly and professionally, I am so glad to see that I have 4 people online listening to me. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy day and our busy schedule to listen to me. I thank you for that. But moving right along, folks, the title of this vlog or podcast, I have titled it or decided to title it Rest in Peace Truth. And what I mean by rest in peace truth is, of course, the big hoopla is going down in history as we speak. History is being made. It started on yesterday with the Senate side or the Senate impeachment trial. And it is live. It's going on right now as I'm broadcasting live. It's going live. But the thing is, unfortunately, our democracy has been challenged. And we know this as American people, as the public knows. Now, whether or not folks want to own up to the facts, that's on them. And at the end of the day, like I've told a couple people, and I was in a really good dialogue and debate with a couple of people midday today, was that at the end of the day, we each have a conscience. And whether or not you're going to let your conscience be your guide or not is solely up to you, because at the end of the day, you have to answer for your transgressions, and I can only answer for mine. But we know, if you are a grown ass motherfucker, you know right from fucking wrong. And you know the evidence is here. It's right in our face. It's like reaching out, playing with our noses, slapping us across the face and the lips and what have you. And if you don't think that the evidence isn't substantial, then something is seriously wrong. You're quite welcome. Hello, Miss Young. Hello, Dallas. I hope you're good. Thank you, Aaron. Thank you for even tuning in. And if I can't bring it to y'all like it is, and yes, sometimes I have to put it out there raw, because sometimes folks don't understand it if you try to pretty it up, but you got to get down to the nitty gritty with it. But with that being said, back to what I was saying is, at the end of the day, we all have a moral compass, or we should anyway. And whether we choose to use it or not is solely up to us. But unfortunately, a governing body like the United States Senate is refusing to hear the evidence that has been presented to them, and refusing to want to call witnesses. Because now, if you so believe that your defendant is not guilty, then you should welcome witnesses so that those witnesses can give a account. Let's hear these witnesses, see what they have to say, because in any trial, you could have basically after having done 2 years of law school at Louisiana State University, in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, a graduate of Louisiana State University. Every trial you have pre-trial questions and answers that you can get. Plus, you can call witnesses during the trial in order to further make your case or your defense. So if they're so inclined that Donald J. Trump is so innocent, why not have the witnesses come and testify? Let everybody, because if you are already so sure of this, then you should not have a fucking problem in hearing the witnesses' testimony, because you already know that they're not going to be able to say much because he is innocent. Right? Wrong. Wrong answer. Because these folks already know they don't want to hear the truth. They don't want to accept the truth. They're looking for a speedy, let's sweep this shit under the rug before all hell breaks loose or whatever. House of Representatives, Democrats, whomever else, Republicans, I'm going to need y'all to lay your party significance aside. Think about what you are doing as a person, as a people. You are put in office by the American people. You are elected officials. Some of you motherfuckers have been there since fucking Nixon and Clinton. Well, I'm going to say Clinton. Okay? Now, that's a long time and you still serving. I'm not taking away from what it is that you do, but I'm going to need, and I'm just saying myself and my opinion of this bullshit, this debacle, because that's what it is. I'm going to need y'all to get y'allself together, and do the right thing for the American people and for what you were elected to do as a senator, as the member of the United States Senate. You are duly sworn in to uphold the laws and bylaws of our Constitution that our forefathers have written. Yes, I believe that our Constitution has some things in it that doesn't need to be challenged, but yet some things we can put some addendums to some of the articles and amendments in our Constitution, because when the Constitution was written, our country was small and young and tender. However, they put that Constitution together so that it was a road map to follow into the fucking future. Okay? It does not take rocket scientists. It does not take biochemists. It does not take fucking mathematicians at the end of the day to understand that we have a democracy. We live in a fucking democracy. We cannot have our democracy challenged, because if our democracy becomes totally challenged, then we no longer have a democracy. If we can keep it, we are supposed to be able to keep this democracy. It is part of our fucking country and who we are as America. Okay? You can be black, green, yellow, blue, white, purple, whatever fucking color. We bleed blue blood. Soon as the oxygen hits it, the blood turns red. Okay? I don't care what color the skin tone is. Okay? I get shot, you get cut, I get cut, your neighbor get cut. Red blood. At the end of the day, all I'm saying, y'all, is we must do something ourselves in order to make something happen. And that is going to the polls. This is the most critical year that I have ever witnessed in my lifetime, and probably will be the most important year of my lifetime and of y'all's too that are listening, and people who will tune in at a later time. We have to make a difference. Our overall freedoms are being challenged every single day. Foreign entities have proven time and time again they never stopped interfering in the last, say, 4 to 6 years. We have to stop it. But don't think for one iota of a second, y'all, that these foreign entities aren't fucking looking and tuning into this goddamn debacle that's happening, taking place in the Senate as I fucking speak right now at 4:51 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on January the fucking 22nd, 2020. They have internet. They have fucking TV. They have cable or whatever the fuck they got over wherever the fuck they at. Okay? They're looking at this and they're seeing how it's being handled so that they can go to the next phase of their meddling in our elections. Next thing you know, we're going to meddle into something else. Next thing you know, we'll be in something else. Doesn't make any sense. And it's sad. The division and the divisiveness of in this country that's existing right now is unfucking believable. Unbelievable. Unreal. I mean, if folks, Dennis doesn't open their eyes, and Monique, if they don't open their eyes, Dallas, if folks don't open their eyes, we got a problem, y'all. We got a problem. We have a problem. And it is coming to pass right before our faces. Right before I thought yesterday, I thought I was in a fucking nightmare. I thought, in a minute, this must be a nightmare. My eyes are open. I had to go to and look in the mirror. I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, I had to turn it off because literally it was literally nauseating. It was literally, to me, it was damn disgusting. I'm like, what the hell? This is crazy. I mean, I can't even phantom these folks sitting in this area of the Senate in the room, and it's a large room, sitting there with all of that chaos and just sheer grade A bullshit that was spewing off of their tongues and off their lips yesterday. It was unbelievable. Then the same thing today. I'm thinking, what the? This is crazy. I'm like, are y'all literally? Are you hearing yourselves? Are you fucking delusional? I'm like, oh Lord. Some of these people literally they needed fucking psychiatrists there on the Senate floor. Is the way I felt. They needed to have these motherfuckers there running around in white fucking coats on yesterday and today, checking these motherfuckers. Because I'm thinking something is seriously wrong. Y'all need to do some type of mental health check on these people. Because truly, I don't know what else to say. Rest in peace, truth is all I can say for the Senate because they don't want the truth. They're in another world. Maybe they're on a different planet. I don't know. I thought I was on Earth myself. Maybe I'm not. I thought I was pretty sane even with my psychotropic medication. So maybe I'm not. Maybe my fucking ass is crazy. I don't know. Y'all tell me. Y'all continue to comment or whatever. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know if I misinterpreted it something. Even the hours that I spent looking at it, the hours that I spent last night after it was over, reviewing some stuff, making some notes, thinking about, this and that, playing good cop, bad cop, pros and cons. I mean, and the attorneys that this fool, this buffoon hired to represent his ass. They all need to be in jail. Alan Dershowitz, his ass he got so much baggage. Then we got stupid ass Ken Starr. I mean, Alan Dershowitz went from one extreme to the next. We got Ken Starr. We got this little pony from wherever she come from. I'm like, what the, And then you got whatever his name is, the actual attorney that's mostly carrying it, for him. I mean, I'm like, dude, you can't believe this shit your own self. I mean, when I sit and I look at mannerisms and I look at body movements and different body the motions of certain people's body movements and stuff and the gestures that they make, I'm like, you motherfuckers ain't even believing this yourself. And you sitting there spewing out this craziness. And that damn little tricky bitch McConnell, he needs to be flushed down the goddamn sewer, down a big ass sewer pipe, throw his ass in it, and flush his ass out to the river some damn where, because that's crazy. But he already told us, remember y'all, this man told us what he was going to do. He was going to do his damnedest to get it swiftly finished so he could exonerate the president. Republicans are running scared. They fear Trump. But what is going to happen to you, unfortunately, is a lot of the American people are waking up from the debacle that they've been in for 3+ years now, or right at 3 years. A lot of y'all are waking up. And now it's time again to go to the polls soon. And unfortunately, some of you Republicans, your positions are on the line. Re-elected or kicked to the curb. A lot of you are going to be kicked to the curb. You're going to find yourselves kicked to the curb. And rightfully so. So I say rest in peace, truth. Rest in peace, truth. Because it does not fucking exist where the Senate is concerned. They're not concerned about truth at all. Moving right along, folks, swiftly and professionally, let's talk a minute about Meghan Markle and Prince Harry as. Harry and Meghan, a true love story. But here's the thing, y'all. I don't know how many people on or how many people that's going to come and listen to this podcast, y'all. But Harry and Meghan have been made the scapegoats. You see, going across that pond, I've been to Britain. I've been to England. I've been to Germany. I've been to France. I've been to Beijing. I've been to a lot of countries. But I've been to Cheshire, England. I've been over there several times. And let me say this. The rah of, oh, we got a black one. We got a black one over with the Queen of England. Let me tell you something about the Queen of England. I don't know that the Queen is so prejudiced, more than likely. Who knows? Maybe she doesn't even know she's prejudiced. I don't know for a fact. But this is what happens. The Queen herself, the Queen Mum herself, Queen Elizabeth II, is all about the crown. She's all about the crown. Nothing can come before it or after that crown. Nothing can challenge that. Okay? Or we got a fucking problem. Now, when Harry and Meghan got married, there was already an issue because where there was concern, he married a commoner. And he did not marry anyone from across the pond or royalty, shall we say. That was problem number one. Problem number two, race. Problem number three, strong, determined, self-sufficient. Wasn't going to sit down and take orders and all that bullshit. We're going to buck the system. We got a problem. Then comes Prince William. Okay, the brother. Quiet as it's been kept. This is how this whole shit plays out. Prince William has been cheating on Kate Middleton. Okay? And the woman that he was cheating, having a whole affair with, was running in the same circle as Kate and he was. himself and some others, in the kingdom. Now, before the tabloids could get the whole gist of everything out and about and make a big ass scandal of it, we throw Harry and Meghan, not we, but the Queen and them, throw Harry and Meghan to the wolves so that they could run interference. And they devised this scheme of things. And in the grand scheme of things, Harry said, "Sorry, Grandma. My wife is my queen. See you later, gotta go." He couldn't take no more. He know his brother's a hoe. His brother know he a hoe. Kate know he a hoe now. Okay? The hoe that he was hoeing with was living right down the street from their asses. How convenient is that? But the queen mom supposedly made the woman move clear across to a whole nother township or wherever the hell she went. But they had to do something in order to get that attention off of Prince William and Kate and all the fucking churn she keeps spitting out. So they fed the little redhead, they fed it to the little redhead boy, which we know as Charming Harry and Meghan had to pay the price. But Harry stood up and stood out. I'm like, oh, no. Hold up, Grandma. Oh, Grandma. Hold up. So Harry and Meghan got fucked. Rightfully so. Very sad. But I know Diana, Princess Di, is turning over in her grave right about now. But he and his wife became the sacrificial lambs for that shit right there. I already know that Prince William gonna be the damn king. Okay? Not the daddy, not their daddy, him. See, Harry wasn't gonna never be king. All right. But anyway, they'll be just fucking fine across our pond that we know as Canada. Oh, Canada, oh, Canada. Y'all have 2 new residents. Well, 2.5 new residents because the baby Archie. But they'll be just fine. Now, whether or not they're going to have to pay back the money supposedly that the sovereign grant paid or whatever for the renovation of the house or whatever, I don't give a fuck about that. I don't know what the Queen Mom going to do, but she would want to sit her old ass down and be quiet. But they did that to those people. They did that to them. And I think that is sinful. And I think rightfully so, Harry and Meghan should have left. And it's unfortunate, but I think that they'll have a really beautiful life together as long as the fucking paparazzi don't get all up in their shit, and they don't get over, and do some American custom stuff and start some craziness. Meghan is already from the US, so she already knows she can school him. But I think she's a grounded sister, with dreams and aspirations of doing something and being someone and doing whatever it is she needs to do. But I'm going to tell you one thing. This certainly has put their marriage, I think, to a test, but I think they will withstand the test of time. Because when you look at that couple, it's just that certain aura that they give you that I see, that I pick up on, that is love unconditionally. Because truly, in order to break rank and in order to step back from all that Harry knows his entire life And to give that part of it up says a whole hell of a lot, you know. And I'm just glad that he did not choose England over his wife and his son. And may their love forever reign. So kudos to you. These are my two heroes that I'm going to shout out today. Prince Harry and Meghan. Those are my two heroes. Y'all, it's been real. I'm going to kind of get on up off of here. There's just a few more little things that I'm going to talk about, y'all. We're already towards the end of January already. My, this month has flown by already. And next thing you know, we will be into February. Y'all don't forget our game plan for this year from PG and Unapologetic Tea Time is to bring forth ways to save and cut costs on things throughout the year so that we can lead and have better lives financially. And I'm going to do my darndest throughout the year to bring any items or any type of apps that you can use to save money or what have you. I'm going to bring it. I'm going to review them first, and then I will present them to you, my lovely listening audience. So keep in mind, in the show's notes and down in the description, I do have some of my favorite money-saving apps, the links to them, as well as my referral codes that you can use, please. It will help me as well as help you to get started. Once again, I really appreciate everyone tuning in this early evening, late afternoon. Thank you. Y'all have a great rest of your Hump Day Wednesday. Be safe. Someone out here needs to hear the words, I love you. Definitely. You want to spread love if you can. It does not hurt. It does not cost 1 red cent. It does not hurt to be kind to someone. Let's show some kindness because definitely this world needs to see more love and more kindness. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great rest of your evening. Bye now.